Shalom. Unto the hopeful elect out there, I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto the mighty Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders out of Great Millstone, and much peace and mercy unto the hopeful elect out there. This is the brother Ayak back at you again with this holy, powerful Bible. Continue to push it to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, which are the children of Israel, also known as the chosen people of the Heavenly Father, which are scattered throughout the four winds of the earth. Okay, and we're just coming back to our nationality instead of calling ourselves by these bywords that has been put upon us, because the scriptures told you that we would discontinue from our heritage in Jeremiah the 17th chapter. Okay, and here it is, man. Lo and behold, man. By the tender mercies of our power, that we are not consumed, that we are made our way back to this truth, basically, and it's the Heavenly Father has orchestrated it that way, because it is already has been slated that it's going to be a remnant of His people is going to return unto Him, okay, of His people. Let's go ahead and make sure, continue to clarify that, man, okay, and I was just thinking today, man, point out, I see a lot of issues, things that are hurtful to the eye, eye sores, and you see that the answers is all right here in the scriptures. You see, and the scriptures tell us to eat the whole roll, and that's part of one of the main issues with our people. So a lot of these pastors and this, that, and the third, and not a lot of them are not even pastors now. Now they just call themselves apologists, and now they have their own YouTube channel, and they think they have the credentials, and they think they going hard in the paint. Okay, but if you haven't ate the whole roll, it says it's right in that whole saying of eat this roll, then what? Since they claim to know the scriptures, eat this roll and then what? Let them finish the last words of that sentence, man. Okay, it says and then what? Get yourself into the house of Israel. You see, so it's really, really cut and dry, plain upon tables what we are commanded to do. Okay, then they want to then they want to call themselves not subscribing to the Apocrypha, and then you missing a lot of the meal. So you make it impossible to do the task that is at hand. Okay, and then I seen the video, was it yesterday or the day before? You had I forget what this dude, these names, man. You had this dude named God Logic when his logics doesn't line up with the Most High, so you need a new name. Okay, do you have another dude? Nigga name is the Smart Christian, and how you attribute your smarts unto what, man? Unto the Christianity that was given to you on purposely. And I always talk about that in my videos, man. The oppressor is not going to give you the key to escape his damn dungeon, man. Okay, if Pharaoh refused to let the people go, you think Pharaoh was like, yeah, here go a key to? No, man. And it's nothing new today. We always quote that Jeremiah 50 and 33, man. All them that held us captive, man, refused to let us go. So they're not going to give you the keys and the tools. So you call yourself a smart Christian, and it's based on, it's doctrined up the way that they have fed it unto you. Okay, and then he had his video recently. He said if you try to listen to the confusion, okay, because the Almighty is not the author of confusion. He said if you try to keep the law. That's what he said. If you try to keep the law, he said you're going to hell. Okay? And then he said, but we're not promoting lawlessness. Wait, if you're not promoting lawlessness, if you're not promoting lawlessness, that means you're promoting the law. But you said if you try to keep the law, you're going to hell. You see you blur the lines. You're doing the same thing as Esau, Edom, and all these nations would have you do. Have you blurring the lines, sticking this down the third, tossed to and fro, and you don't really know what's left from right, basically, man. Okay, and then just the nerve, and he keep going to Paul, Then they say Jesus is God, but you quote Paul more than you quote Jesus, but Jesus is God according to them, right? And it's just, it's crazy, man. God said he didn't give nobody license to sin. And the scriptures tell you in the Apocrypha, man, to offend less. All right? Because that's all we're doing. We're offending the Almighty power that made that covenant with us. And when you don't see yourself as us, that's another red flag, and it's another problem. Okay? Then you look out to the world in your day-to-day life, you see our people struggling you know, down and out, and you can't really rectify it in your mind. Okay, you don't look at the as your the people struggling. Oh man, that is the children of Israel, man. The nations mocking them. Oh, is this Jerusalem? Is this the city of the city of beauty? Is this supposed to be a beautiful people? Is this supposed to be the law, the light and the salt of the earth? And is this individual supposed to be a light to the Gentiles? According to them. And then they're like, nah, they ain't the people, and they ain't the light to the Gentiles. The Gentiles is the light to the Gentiles. Actually, we are the Gentiles, and then it just turns into a whole ball of confusion, man. Okay, and that snowball just continues to get bigger and bigger, and then the Heavenly Father gonna melt that shit, basically, man. All right, just being blunt, man. Okay, but I'm gonna get into Jeremiah the 8th chapter. That's crazy. I was just trying to grab Jeremiah 8 and probably 20 verse 21. But as I was scrolling up, it was asking questions, and all it was just laying it out better than I can ever lay it out, because I was, the reason for prompted this video was not really the individual that made that crazy ass quotes, the smart Christian, but it's really, I was at the plantation today, man, out en route, and there's this woman, man. She's like an older Judite woman, okay, and she walks with a cane. She has one cane, and something's going on with her legs, so she moves very slow, and her condition that you see her in is she just looks like, it looks like she's homeless, but you never, because every time I see her, she's always out like on a particular street. Okay, and I always see her, man. She would be crossing the street, and it's a dangerous street that she crosses, and she takes so long to get across. And I'm like, man, I just wonder, and I keep driving. And then today, the same lady, man, I didn't see her, this time I didn't see her walking. When I put up to the bus stop, she was laying like right kind of underneath the bus stop, like, where you would sit, the bus stop where you would sit at. She was kind of laying underneath it on the concrete, laying there. And I was just like, it was sad, man. And I was, oh man, come on. I was like, come on, Almighty, please deliver us. That's what I was thinking. I said us. And this nigga, like a smart Christian, he ain't gonna have that thought. He don't see us as the people. He don't understand that we are in need of that deliverance, man. All right, well, it was clear as day when we were in Egypt. You knew who needed the deliverance. You knew how things was getting harder and worse on us. You knew that nothing was gonna change, man. Okay, you just knew it. Like the scriptures tell you, when you go back into Exodus the 2nd and 3rd, it says those Egyptians looked at us like we was abomination, like we just filthy and disgusting. They want to be like apart from us, and it's the same thing today, man. Nobody want to be really associated and bump elbows with your Israelites out there like that, man. All right, they looking to use us. I heard Edomite saying it too from the elder Manasseh Zagba. He put that video out, and the lady was saying like, it's kind of like the Jim Crow law 2.0, and she was just basically saying that you Israelites basically. She's saying, like, we're okay with you being our entertainers and our teachers, but as far as you being our politicians and governors, and we have a problem with that. We have a problem with you, with your powerful demeanor and you being more smarter than us. And that's exactly what she said. So with that being said, they look to keep us at the status that you see us now, which is low and crabs in the bucket and confused. Okay, and keep them, at the top and white is right, basically, man. Okay, but anyways, let me get into this, man, because this is the problem, man. Okay, and you can't fix something unless you identify the problem. A mechanic will tell you that all the time. Okay, let me grab this Jeremiah 8 and 5. It says, "Why then is this people of Jerusalem slidden back by a perpetual backsliding? They hold fast deceit, they refuse to return." And they hold fast to deceit. And by the devil himself, the so-called white man is the ultimate deceiver. And they hold fast to whatever he push, man. And they coming after us like we're the ops, And the actual ops is doing this thing, And it's crazy because that's so crazy. I think it was yesterday or today. A clip popped up on YouTube of the Wayans brothers, Marlon Wayans, and he was talking about the beginning of how they got their start to the Wayans Brother TV show, how they got when they left Living Color, the TV show, they didn't have nothing, you know, and they wrote the script, this, that, and the third, whatever. And he was talking about that particular movie. He was talking about two things. He was talking about the Wayans Brothers show because they were writing that, and he was also talking about the movie "Don't Be a Menace While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood," right? And they showed that in a clip in that movie when you had the Chinese man owning the store, right? And you had the Chinese man looking at Jake as if he's gonna steal something, and then you had Esau coming there with a bag, and he was just grabbing and robbing shit, and he dropped something. And the Chinese man stopped and said, hey. He said, hey, you dropped something. And he's like, oh, okay, thanks. And he put it back in his bag, and he kept about his business. So he basically, while the white man doing this thing, pushing deceit, everybody focus on the wrong shit, basically, man. Okay? So the deceit is being pushed out, and you ain't focusing on that. You coming at us. You can, man. This other nigga, what's his name? Dwayne knows the Bible or some shit, some title this nigga got, right? All his videos is salvation really for the Israelites, and that's all that's the only thing the nigga talk about. The Catholic niggas is running out here doing who knows what. Christianity is running amok. Joel Osteen is fat in his pockets, and all them other niggas. I forgot this one particular pastor name, man. Kenneth Copeland, I believe. Yeah, them niggas doing and they ain't making a ton of videos on them. They focus on the wrong things, man. Okay? So it says, why then is this people, slidden back by a perpetual backsliding? Okay? Because they've been indoctrinized, man. This is verse 6. I hearkened and heard, but they spake not aright. So the Almighty is listening to everything. All right? And the men that the Heavenly Father sent, we listen to everything, man. And we listening, but we ain't, it ain't sounding right, man. It says, no man repented him of his wickedness, saying, what have I done? Right? You don't be like, oh man, what I've done? Well, God gave me these covenants, and look at me, I deal treacherously against him. You don't hear people even talking like that. Not our people. Focus on the wrong things. It says, what have I done? Everyone turned to his course as the horse rusheth into the battle. And as they just continue to do what they do. Continue to do how they've been raised up, man. Okay? It says, yeah, the stork and the heaven knoweth her appointed times, and the turtle and the crane and the swallow observe the time of their coming. But my people know not the judging of the Lord. Why you don't know the judging of the Lord? Because you don't push anything about judgment. Oh, you can't judge that, and only God would judge, but the judgments are written thereof. Okay? It says what? It says Psalms 147, he shows his word unto Jacob. He have not dealt so with any other nation. As far as his judgments, they have not known them. So the judgments has been revealed unto us, and you just turn a blind eye to it. When people do things, you don't even have the, oh, you keep doing that, this is gonna happen. You don't know the judgment. But you out here calling yourself an apologetic, right? You got a pastor. You got your church, and you got members of your congregation. Okay, you got a nice car, but you don't know the judgment of the Lord. This is how do ye say? So how do you say we are wise, and the law of the Lord is with us? When you think you wise, we're in the new covenant, and the laws are within us. But you said if you try to keep the law, but it's in you, you're going to hell. It doesn't make sense. You continue to live this way, it comes with a punishment. That's why our death lifestyle that we have, the wages of sin is death, man. We keep paying with our lives. You haven't been able to connect the dots to that. Okay? It says, lo, certainly in vain made he it. The pen of the scribes is in vain. So that's really what it boils down to, man. They think the law is made in vain. The scribes, the people that took time to write them down, or rewrite them over and over, they think it's all vanity. So now you can do whatever you want, and until it bothers you. right? Oh, you're not under the law, this, that, and the third. And then you got a woman and somebody wants to commit adultery with your woman. Then you like, oh yeah, you can't commit adultery. Then you want to see it, relevant. And then when you get worms and all this shit from eating this, that, and the third, then you may consider, okay, you consider when the Heavenly Father has to put belt to ass, man. It says the wise men are ashamed, which claim that they claim they're wise. They are dismayed and taken. And you're gonna be taken, man. All right. The scriptures say that in Ecclesiastes, or is it? It's an oldie but goodie, man. They are taken in a net, roughly paraphrasing. All right, not knowing their time. Okay, the wise men are you're gonna be ashamed, man. For out here speaking, oh God said, but God didn't say those things, man. Right? Telling people they gonna be okay and they gonna live when it's the opposite. And the people that should live, which are those that are striving, you tell them that they gonna die. You push, you ass backwards out here. The wise men are ashamed; they are dismayed and taken. Lo, they have rejected the word of the Lord, and what wisdom is in them? Okay, you reject the word of the Lord because it's said the Lord, man. But Paul said that's how you want to deal. Okay, it says verse 11. All right, for they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. So you got people healed a little bit because you got them like, this gonna be my year, and I'm part of the choir, and we finna go out to eat this and all. You think people think they good, they good, but there's no peace, man. Okay, why? Because we're still we're still underneath the damn heel of our oppressors, man, and they hate us. There's no peace. Prince of Peace is gonna bring that peace when he delivered those that are in the Lamb's Book of Life, man. Okay, it says it says were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, no, it wasn't. They don't even know what things are abominable. They were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore shall they fall among them that fall. In the time of their visitation, they shall be cast down, saith the Lord. See, a lot of niggas be thinking they're gonna get delivered and you're gonna get raptured, this thing, but you're gonna be cast down. You gonna go down instead of up, basically, man. I'm not talking about down into hell. No, I'm just saying you gonna go down. You gonna give up the ghost, basically, man. Okay, wasted. Down for the count. It says I will surely consume them. Okay, saith the Lord. There shall be no grapes on the vine, nor figs on the fig tree, and the leaf shall fade, and the things that I have given them shall pass away from them. So always, God bless me with this, and it says what? The things that he have given them shall pass away, man. Okay? It says, I'm gonna jump down to the point, man. Verse 20, it says, the harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved. And I know I'm saved. You let these niggas tell it, they think they're good to go, man. But, they say stay away from the Old Testament, right? And we are not saved. This is the point. For the hurt of the daughter of my people am I hurt. See? And you ain't gonna feel that way until you wake up, man. It says, I am black, astonishment have taken hold of me. Right, that's how I was, earlier, man. I was just sad, man. Astonishment has taken hold of me. Like, damn, man. When you in a wrestler and they put you in that particular move and you tap out, that's how I was. Like, man, okay. I was like, man, I get it. I get it, Almighty. I get it. Like, you win. You know what I'm saying? But I'll leave it at that for right now. Hey, Lord willing, I'm able to continue to push, and Lord willing is edifying. Until next time, shalom.